There we go. All right, we're off and running. All right, guys, let's start on number 15 for today. Now we got our warm up under our belts. They're going to give us a cell. And your cell is doubling every hour. Okay. And they also give us, we start with a total of 4 cells. All right, so here I am in my Petri dish in science class, and I have a total of 4 cells. Now 1 hour has passed by, and Miss Edamaris, if I start with 4 cells and I'm doubling every hour, after 1 hour of me looking at my 4 cells, how many will I have if it doubles? Yeah. So we're doubling every hour, right? Okay, so yeah, it's cool. So we got 4 cells, right? And then Edamaris is saying if we have 4 cells here, then we need to double it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool? Hour 2. Mr. Eric, we are going to double this 8. How many cells do I have now? I have 16 cells. Awesome. And 3. Miss Rocio, if I double my 16 cells, how many do I have? 32. Good. Is this a little too close to home right now? All right, we got number 4. 4 hours. This is going to be 64. Then 128. Then 200. 512. 1024. No? Okay. All right, we'll get there. One day, right? One day. All right. It doesn't look like it's today right now. Okay, how did I go from 4 times 8? Edamaris, what did you have to do in your head mentally, math-wise? Times 2, good. And then from 8 to 16, Eric, what did you have to multiply there? Cool. So we know that we have kind of a common difference as a multiplier of times 2. Okay. So, Mr. DeCarius, I have a couple of questions for you, and what we're going to do is while you're answering those questions, we are going to fill in the blanks of our table. Okay? So, first question for Mr. DeCarius. Fill in your template, guys. First question for Mr. DeCarius. How many cells did we start with? 4. Good. Put your 4 in the first position because we just started with 4. Ms. Aguilar, what's our rate of change? What's our common difference, basically? Close. Think about what we're multiplying each number on the what? By 2. Perfect. So because that's the second thing, right? Like we're going to put it in our second blank. And there's your final answer. Let's make sure. I think Ms. Aguilar was actually on the right track. She was trying to get us to substitute. So let's see, if we put a 4 in here for our x value, will we come out with 64? Well, I don't know. So 64, Monterey, does 64 go in x or y? It goes in y, good, because it's on the bottom. So we can do 64 equals 4 times 2, and then our x value. What's our x value going to be? If we substitute in this coordinate point, we're expecting to get 64 out, right? From the y side. Okay, what's on top of 64? What number is that one? Yeah, good. It's 4. Cool. That's all we got to do, right? So, Mr. Eric, we're going to put this into our calculator. What is 2 to the power of 4 for us? And then, Miss Alyssa, after you get 2 to the power of 4, if you'll multiply by 4 for us, please. 16, good. All right, so, Miss Alyssa, we're talking 4 times 16 here. Miss Alyssa, is this true or false? Does 64 equal 64? Of course. And that's how you know you did it right. Well done. So we have our correct equation here, and then we checked it. Excellent work. Couple more seconds for you to finish up your notes. All right. Those of you, Alyssa, grab your sheets here. We just finished question number 15. So look down at question number 15. It's right here in yellow on my sheet. Edamaris, you too. I think you got yours too. Look at number 15 here. Cool. The correct answer here came from this problem. So now we get a moment. Take a look at the moment, because on mine, I can see that I got it wrong. Most of the folks in my classes were answering C. Look at the difference between B and C. The only main difference is right here. Montre, what symbol is different here? Well, what's this one? Because we have 4, right? We have subtract, multiply, divide. What's the other one? We don't know? Okay, it's this symbol right here. And we call this one addition. Okay? So that's all we need to remember. Is that this is addition, and it's not good for cell division. So, Darwin, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué asigno aquí? Más. Y no es la respuesta correcta. ¿Por qué es más? Miren aquí. 4 por 2. Esta multiplicación. Y la respuesta correcta. ¿Por qué multiplicación? ¿Ok? All right, guys. Eric, was that right or wrong for you on that one? Oh. All right. Let's get on to one that we're a little more familiar with. Get back into our wheelhouse a little bit. Let's take a look at number 16, because we know it very, very well. It's one that asks us just, what is the slope? Well, what's the slope? All right. And they're going to give us an equation. We got 5x minus 12y is 24. (5x minus 12y equals 24). All right, Mr. DeCaris, we need 2 things to find our slope. Thing number 1, we got to solve for y. Thing number 2, we got to circle the number in front of x. All right, so first things first, solve for y, right? Let's take our equation of 5x minus 12y is 24. Eric, what's one thing you can do to help yourself out here, solve for y? There's quite literally no right or wrong answer. What do you want to subtract, or what do you want to add? Great, let's do that. Minus 5x on both sides. That'll work. All right, what follow up though? What's 5 minus 5 here? 0. Good. All right, so let's cross that out because we don't need it. We just need a minus 12y. And then we're going to copy everything else down. All right, put this one in your notes. This part is going to be super important. This right here, this is the X family. We're going to talk a lot about families today. This is the constant family. And they are different families. So we are not going to combine these 2 families together. They have to stay separate for now. And that's why when I have a 24 minus a 5x, I'm just going to write 24 minus 5x. I just copy it straight down. All right, last step. Adamaris, what do you think you can do to solve for y here? What's one step, the only step that I need to take? I think we can totally do that. I think that it's going to take us on like a roundabout way. All we need to do is solve for this variable. Yeah. And negative 12 is being multiplied by y here. So what will we have to do with everything? Yeah, we need to divide everything by negative 12. Good. Cool. You guys are doing fantastic. Mr. DeCarius, what is 12 divided by 12 here? If you got $12 and 12 friends. 1. Very good. So we're talking 1y. And to Edmus, that's your point, right? Now we have a positive 1y. We're ready to be done here. 24 and negative 12. 24 divided by negative 12. Perfect. Good, Miss Aguilar. Good. And then this one is just going to stay the same. It's going to be positive 5 over 12x. All right. Hooray. Step 1's done. Step 2 is so easy because all we got to do is circle whatever number's in front of x. Go ahead and do that for us, please. Now circle the number in your equation that's in front of the x value. You're trying to come in and circle a side load, bro. All right. So what number are we circling here, Miss Rocio? What number are we circling? I wish. Right? Because step 2 says circle the number that's in front of x. So we've got a 1y, a negative 2, and a 5 over 12x. Yeah, which one should we circle, Rocio? Yeah, absolutely. This is our final answer here. Do what, DeGears? Sure. Yeah, we're just going to finish this question up, and then we'll be ready to go. All right. So that's it. Let's take a look now at our sheet. How'd you do? How'd you do? We are on number, we just finished up number 16. How'd you do? Okay. If it went your way, you can circle it. If you got it wrong, maybe highlight it or star it or something. So when we go back next week, I don't want y'all to do any of the problems that you already know how to do. I only want you to have to focus on the problems that are still giving you some break. So no matter what went down, figure out what's one thing you can take away from this problem. What's one thing that you're going to put in your learning box. I know. I'm just trying to help you. So I'm going to give you Thanksgiving break for the whole week. Then we're going to have 5 days together to review for this STAAR test, and then you'll take it the following week. So that is why I am very, very interested in keeping us focused and together and moving forward today, because we have 7 days left. And that's why on the top of our notes we've been writing how many days are left until our STAAR test.
Wait, 7 days?
Hmm? Yes, sir. Hmm?
Not a practice.
No, sir.
It's not like random test for the state. The one
That we need to retake.
What's a retake from last season?
I love all these sharings. I love that we're sharing.
Yeah, some of us need to get a credit for hours.
Are we all situated for why we're here? Yeah. We all need something from Mr. Denny. We either need credit or the STAAR. So let's get to it. All right. Number 16. Nope, we just did that one. False. Number 17. All right, so here we go. What is equivalent 2, and equivalent just means equals. What is equivalent to 6x squared plus 13x plus 5? Yes, sir? Well, you know, I don't think they came back yet with my little purple pass. Oh, thanks. All right, guys, so we got problem A, and problem A is going to give us 2x plus 5 is 3x minus 1. And then I want you to skip maybe 2 inches down, and then put in part B down here. You just want to save plenty of room for yourself over here. We're going to have 2x minus 5 and 3x plus 1. I'm just going to end up changing my signs in here. Good. Really, really well. Almost all the students from period 1 are like on track. They're like all caught up. We only got like 2 people. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. It's just a challenging class because we have a lot of absences. And it's just really hard to like keep your class going when you have people quitting on you. So like, cause I can't do that, right? Like it's my job to continue like 100% all the way through. And it's really hard as a human being knowing that you're giving your best and someone else is quitting on you. So it is challenging, but this is a great crew. Like all of us are together, all of us are engaged, taking our notes and doing our thing. You can look out in the class, like everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's been, it's been pretty good. No, because we have so much stuff to do. These kids, if they don't get this, we have to basically start them over again. So it's very, very important that they nail this test and that we're able to move on. All right, so we got our 2x plus 5, and we're going to write that off to the side, like down here. And then we've also got this 3x minus 1. And every time, guys, you're going to take the sign with you in, okay? All right, we're going to pop out to a quick mini lesson over here because I want to remind you of something. For example, what's 2 times 3? Everybody knows that one, but what's x times x? 1. That's what I thought. Let's fix it real quick. Come on here. We're going to pop over into this little blank section that you got in your notes, and we're going to do a quick mini lesson on what this means. X times x is what we're about to have to do. We're going to multiply x times x. Well, this is interesting because they actually have exponents on them, even though you can't see them. So this is actually going to be x squared because 1 plus 1 is 2. That's interesting because this is all multiplication. That's how you know it's going to do it that way. But what if you have x plus x? You got $1 plus $1. How many dollars you got? $2. So this is 2x. Very different. And remember, just like in that last problem we talked about, the big difference here is addition versus multiplication. This was the cell division problem that we just talked about. It's the difference. Oh, yeah, for sure. X divided by x. What's your favorite number? 11. Good. So we'll make x equal 11, right? Okay, if x is 11, then what about this x? What does this x have to be too? 11. So you got $11 and 11 friends. How many does each friend get? X divided by x is just 1. And that happens because x over here is x to the first. And x over here is x to the first. What is 1 minus 1? 0. X to the 0 is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So it doesn't matter which angle you come at. You're always going to get the right answer. The other way you could try this is, what if you have x times x times x times x? What's your exponent here, Eric? There's literally no wrong answer. You're not going to get it wrong. How many x's do you see here? 4. And that means that's your exponent. Because what is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1? 4. 4. So this is x to the power of 4. But let's contrast that. Let's not use multiplication. Let's use addition. X plus x plus x. Ms. Rocio, if I have 3 x's and I add them together, how many x's altogether do I have? Yeah. So again, we're looking at the major difference here between addition and this multiplication. Let's take what we just learned now and apply it to this box. Ms. Edamaris, I am now going to do x times x. What is x times x in this one? Of what? Yeah, the power of what number? Perfect. So we're going to do 6x squared. Perfect. Ms. Aguilar, I have 2x times negative 1. What is 2x times negative 1? Okay, cool. Yeah, tell me how you got that. What number should I write down to get to 1? I put negative 1, and I'm going to multiply it by 2x. How are we getting 1 here? Okay, so what do we do with the negative 1? Okay, how do I do that? Like what rule are we talking about here? Okay, so this is a multiply sign, right? All right, so let's put it into our calculator. What we're actually talking about here is just negative 1 times 2, right? Yeah, and then what goes after the negative 2? Like it's not just a number, right? Yeah, so what fully needs to go into this box? What do we put in here? It's really, really difficult to hold class because you can't hide anymore, right? Like if you start talking, it's really, really easy to spot you. And it's also borderline disrespectful at this point. Edamaris, please stop doing that. Ms. Aguilar, we've got 2x times negative 1. So what's the whole thing? Okay, remember that there's no addition, right? Like we're not adding anything. This is multiply. So what we're going to do is multiply negative 1 times 2. And we get negative 2. That's what our calculator said, right? We get negative 1 times 2. And that gives us negative 2. Good Lord, what is happening over here? Right? But it's not just negative 2. What else is in the problem? X. So then what goes in the box? Negative 2x. Perfect. So that's what we're going to put here is negative 2x. Yeah. Dakaris, we're going to use that same pattern here, and we got 5 times 3x. What's that going to be? Oh, sorry, I can't wait. 5 times 3 is going to be 15, and then we have an x here. So we got to do 15x. That is exactly why I asked you not to do that. And now the last one, we got 5 times negative 1. 5 times negative 1. What do you think, Alyssa? Yeah, perfect. Negative 5. Good. So let's put everything together. We got 6x squared. And then I have 15 minus 2x. So Darwin, 15 menos 2x. ¿Qué es eso? 15x menos 2x. You're absolutely in the right class. You'll be here for 2 periods every day. Yes, sir. I'm 100% positive. Certain. 15x menos 2x. En su calculadora, ¿qué es eso? 15 menos 2. It got changed about a month ago. I know. We've been communicating.
Oh.
So 15 menos 2, ¿qué es eso, Darwin? Muy bien. So, más 13x. Muy bien. Y menos 5. Minus 5. All right. So, Dakaris, did we find it? Is this the right answer? No, why not? Which one's wrong? I see a plus 5 on the end of my equation in my answer. What do you see in the end of the answer for A? A minus 5, right? And a minus 5 is not a plus 5. And that's why we can't choose A as our right answer. Yeah. Good call. Again, we're still answering this question. Which one's equivalent to this equation? All right, so let's try again down here. Only let's go way fast this time. Let's try 2x minus 5 and 3x plus 1. Eric, I want to be as lazy as possible on this question. So I'm going to skip to the very last box here. This one down here in the right-hand corner. It has me multiplying negative 5 times positive 1. What's that? Negative 5. Why would I skip here? Why would this be important information for me? It's the last number, negative 5. Does it match our answer, what it's supposed to be? It does. Negative 5 is positive 5? No, because in our what we're looking for is a positive 5. But what does this answer option tell us? So this is not our right answer. Okay, we got 2 more to test out then. We're going to try C and D. All right, answer C is 2x plus 1 times 3x plus 5. And then we'll take a break. All right, so let's get into this one. We're going to have 2x plus 1 and 3x plus 5. All right, Ms. Ramirez, back to you. We have a 2x times a 3x. So what's 2 times 3? Cool, and x times x? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. What is x plus x? Perfect, perfect. All right, next one up, Miss Aguilar, we have 2x times 5. What's 2x times 5? Okay. Everybody else, let's go in that box and keep going on around. Keep going on around. Now we're talking. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm so scared. Okay. Good, good, good. Yes, Harris. Okay, yeah. Why? Okay. When do you want to do it? Okay, be lunch okay? Okay. Lunch today okay? Great. All right, so Miss Aguilar, 2x times 5. 10 what? Yes, exactly right, 10x. Let's come on back around. Miss Alyssa, we have 1 times 3x. Yes, 1 times 3x is 3x. Awesome. And the last one over here, we have Darwin. We have 5 multiply 1. Muy bien. All right, let's put everything together. We got a 6x squared. We have a 10x plus a 3x. Eric, what's 10x plus 3x? 13x, good. So we have 13x. The last number I have is plus 5. All right, Dacarius, is this a match or not? Is this the equation we're looking for or not? It is. This is absolutely the right answer. All right, now we can take a look at our feedback chart and see how we did on that question. Where did we come out? All right, if you got it right, like here, you're going to circle it, like number 17 right here. It says C is the right answer, and I actually got C for that one. So I can circle it, yeah, I did that one correct. If it didn't come out to you the way that it should, just highlight it or star it so that we can come back to it later. Okay? We just want to mark the ones that we need a little bit of work on right now. All right, guys, that is the end of A2, and we'll take our 5-minute break right now. We'll come back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll talk about B2. Okay? Have a great break. But you're gonna, are you leaving? Or are you staying? Okay. So the way that it works right now is they had a semester with me of 100 minutes. So we did algebra A and algebra B. Semester. Until we're at this place. So now we have like 2 weeks before the final exam. We stop what we're doing. We start reviewing. And what happens is it takes all of the information we have and it sequences it. It puts it all together. So then when it's straight in their brain, so they're like, knock it out. At the end of the semester, bless you. At the end of the semester, we'll call it. Some students will move forward, and some students will need a different solution. The students that move forward next semester will be in geometry A and B. And yeah, right? They're like, oh good, more vocabulary, great. Side, triangle. They'll get through all of that in a semester, and then they'll test out. For many of these students, that will be what they need to graduate. Some of them, it will pop these freshmen up to juniors, like that. Some of them will pop these freshmen up to sophomores. It just really depends on what situation the student is. I'm kind of like a catch-all. It's not algebra 1, it's not pre-AP, it's not really. This is like, hey, we have some physical. So most of my classes start out at 30 students. All of these things.
I was like, no. They like to talk shit. They're thinking we don't understand. Nah, I just finished the 200 books I had. They took my highway too.
Different strokes, different colors kind of thing. We just kind of like to provide resources for that. Always providing opportunity for every student. And of course, you can see the ones that have stuff like,
what's up?
They're legit. They've got it down. You've been very, very good.
Oh, yeah, we're still recording.
Spotting. And in attendance because when they come back, you can tell they kind of have to see what's going on. And that's where your interventions are, right? Like that's where you intervene. It's like, okay, I understand that you understand. That's what's going on. They're going to get you to that place. So you need to be with them to experience that emotion. You need to be with them to experience that pain.
because that's their learning. They move on it. So if you do that, and you are that person, that's what you do. No, they're all three the same, but it's about 3 times this on this class. But we still got like 20 something, kids in there because a lot of drops them off. So yeah, we got like 20 legit kids in that one. This one, yeah, it's cratered heavily because we had almost 60%. We got 8-3 is the same way. So we're going to collapse here into for the second semester. And I will pick up an entirely new set of kids for period 3 for that second semester. Maybe I'll show So I might be teaching next semester. We should be geometry first grade, geometry second grade. This is a very unique spot. Yes. The reason why they hired me in the first place is I comprise the single largest intervention this group does across all of their divisions. So they send me however many students, 100, 120, 70, whatever. And that's a massive intervention because you're hiring one person to work with 70 students 100 minutes a day. It's huge intervention. And so they are serious about what's happening for the kids, and that's why this here is because you have to divide out a program that will sort the kids. As you're coming into the line, you're either going to go to the pass line or you can go to a different, So they're just, and most of them, it's like either So I try to make it as happy in here as possible, so that it keeps them here as long as possible. Because we know the longer the students are in here, the higher their achievement scores are. So my job is literally just to don't suck. Just don't suck. You gotta go in and make it something that they can attach onto and latch onto. And that has provided enough scaffold for the students over here to really get what they need out of it. The students who actually made it through this program will go on. So that's all we need. We needed the kids to be successful. Yay! Let me know what I can do to help you out with your projects and all that good stuff, or other reflections that you need to do. I'm more than happy to.
You don't know what I can do to make a marker?
Yes, sir. When you asked me yesterday, I said the one thing we can do is get certificates. And the day before that is certificates. And the day before that is certificates. We need to do as many certificates as possible before we hit your discipline final. Doing that means you're passing. That's how we're going to have to do it this semester, 6 weeks through. All right, guys. Welcome back. Thank you very much for a very relaxing break. I appreciate that. We're going to go on to number 18 now and take a look at that one, okay?
We'll be up in there.
I cannot say yes or no to that because you know the answer is technically no. So you're putting me in a position where I only lose. I know. You're putting me in a position where I only lose. Duh. Okay. You poor guy, man. You're sick as heck right now. All right. So we're going to talk about the light rail system. All right. So Houston light rail. We got 2 lines that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the green line. And we're going to talk about the blue line. Yeah, he's supposed to be once a day, but we're trying to get it twice a day. Well, because you're in the wrong period. This is B2, and I'm going to see you in A3. You know what I'm saying?
No. What am I doing?
Much love. See you in B2, B3. All right, guys.
Our green line. Basically, this question is going to ask us how long are the green and the blue lines. That's where we're going to come out to. All right. So we're going to say the green line on Monday. The green line, I had to, as my little light rail driver, I had to drive the green line 6 times. On Monday, we did the green line 6 times. And we did the blue line 5 times. I don't know why I'm putting X there. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. All right, on Tuesday. Put your Tuesday up there. On Tuesday, we did the green route 12 times, and we did the blue route 13 times. They give us one more piece of information. On Monday, I traveled 52 miles altogether on the light rail. And on Tuesday, I traveled 119 miles altogether. And they want us to solve the length of the green route. All right, so how long is the green line? What we're talking about here, we've got a green line, we've got a blue line, and we're going to find the exact point where they cross. And that's going to be the coordinate point. That's going to be what we're after. Okay, the length is going to be the solution here. When X and Y cross and they meet. All right, so let's draw our first equation here from Monday. So Monday's equation. All right, you did the green line 6 times. And you did the blue line 5 times. All together, you drove 52 miles. So, Dakaris, if this is your Monday equation, what will your Tuesday equation have to be? Perfect. 119 miles. Good. All right, Ms. Edamaris, why are 6 and 12 important here? It's true. It's true. What number could I multiply 6 by to cancel this positive 12? Right? 6 times 2 is 12. We know that.
Yeah.
But how would I cancel? Because this 12 is positive. So what does this 12 have to be? Okay? So I would need to, that makes sense. So I'll make this 2 a negative. Cool. All right, so Ms. Edamaris, I'm going to rewrite my Monday equation down here. Now we're going to multiply negative 2 times 6g. What would negative 2 times 6 be? I couldn't tell you. Yes, ma'am? Yeah, perfect. Negative 12g. And then we have negative 2 times 5b. Negative 2. Yes, ma'am. Negative 10b. And then negative 2 and 52. Perfect. KRB. Tell me which one. There's a lot of them. I have negative 12g. Yeah. Okay. So you tell me, what is negative 2 times positive 5? Yeah, what I'm saying is, what is negative 2 times positive 5? Because it's going to give you the answer here. There you go. All right, so I think Edamaris gave us a huge, huge hint on how to solve this. Because she made a positive 12 and a negative 12 out of her equations. And something awesome is about to happen for us. Perfect. So negative 12 and positive 12 would become 0. Okay? Okay, I can do that. I can divide. Well, my calculator can. So, perfect. So B is 5. Oh man, we found the length of the blue line. The question was the green line. Darn it. All right, so how do I find the green now that I know what the blue line is? Great answer. We need a substitute. So we're going to take this B, we're going to put it in our Monday equation. Or Tuesday, whichever you like. Whatever's easiest for you. So I'm just going to use the Monday equation because it has the smallest numbers. So I think it'll be the easiest to multiply and subtract. Okay? I don't want to multiply stuff by 12 and all that stuff. All right, so I'm going to take this Monday equation here. And it says that 6G plus 5B is 52. So 6G plus 5. And I'm going to pause here because my B is about to cambio. I'm about to change out my B and my 5, and we call this substitution. All right, Eric, what's 5 times 5, man? 25, and 52 minus 25 is 27, okay? And then I've still got 6G. All right, so dividing through by your 6. And to carry, we've got 27 divided by 6 is our final answer. What's that going to be? Not quite. No, it's going to definitely be a decimal, though, right? Yeah. I think there's one way for us to be sure. And that way we don't have to think too much about it. Awesome. So the Houston Green Line, 4.5 miles. All right, those of you that are already done with that, we're going back to our check sheets. Over here, we just finished up number 18. Figure out, did you do it right or wrong? And mine, I got it wrong. It says, I just put J. I put J, and it was supposed to be G. What'd you get? Ooh, I don't know. Cool. So our final answer was right here, and this is the one that the carrier just told us. He said it was going to be 4.5 miles long. So we need to answer G for that STAAR question. All right, guys, I think we'll maybe do one more and then take a break, okay? Because this next one is going to be more of like a big table kind of thing, all right? So we'll do this one, take a break, and then we'll be back in for the last little bit. All right. You guys are doing so good. I know this is challenging. You guys are hanging in there. All right. We're going to put on up here. Number 19 plus a break. All right. We're going to need one after this one. Number 19. All right. So somebody just went through all the neighborhoods in 2nd Ward and gave us the different sizes of the backyards. Here's what they are. We have a length and we have a height. You got your height and your length. And we're about to get a nice table, and then we're going to take that table to the calculator. All right. All right, copy down your table. We got 41, 41. Muy bien. 35, 42, 66. Yeah, man. All right, so we got backyards in feet. We got 40 feet and 20 feet. We got 70 feet and 25 feet. So some of them are long and narrow, and some are wide. So it just depends on what your backyard looks like. And what we're trying to find is what's the average sort of backyard size here, basically. And then we're going to talk about correlation in this one. So we're going to get 4 options. We're going to say, what correlation here? Do we have weak negative, strong negative, weak positive, strong positive? All right, 4 different ways that this can go down. All right, and many of us kind of know these tricks now. You know that we're about to go on to the calculator, and we're going to put this table into our calculator. All right, so step 1 on your calculator, Mr. Karras, especially on this one, we want to go to stat, and stat is right here. Now, when you go down to option 4, it's going to ask you to clear the list. So clear out your list. I guess we could put in L1, L2 there. That will probably be helpful. All right, anybody need some more time on copying their stuff? Darwin, we're waiting on you to get on your calculator, bud. Couple more folks. We're waiting on you to get on your calculator so we can move forward. I think we'll be able to take a break as soon as we get finished with this. All right, guys. So now, stat. Go into edit, and we are going to take our list here. We're looking for 41, 70, 21, 34. Go through. If you already have a table there from somebody else, or if you didn't, yours clear out didn't happen, just go through and make sure that your table worked out right. I have, I have 12 numbers, 66 and 14. The graph ends on 66 and 14. There are 12 total numbers.
So what I did is I put in this one. Yes, this is your red. Eric, do this one good? Go. Yes, sir. You sound like you were.
Yeah, trouble, man.
Poor thing. All right, let's get you one tray. It's 10:50. Got 11. Oh man, what dough we have? Sore throat. Thing. Few more seconds for the rest of your data.
What's your name?
Well, I thought that we were all putting our data in, but we weren't. It turned out like people were just wanting to go to sleep and then play on their phones. So
Yeah.
I'm worried like about STAAR testing in general at this point, just for this class. No, that's not what I'm talking about, bud. I'm talking about keeping your brain active. If you keep turning your brain off during class, like sleeping, you're not going to have the same result on the STAAR test. You know? It's just not going to be the same.
You all good? Darwin? Listo? Okay. All right, so we're going to go from here. Push stats on your calculator. And you're going to come right over here to where it says calculation. Now we're going to go on this one. I'm going to go into one variable stats first. I have a frequency list. My bad. It is 4, but I'm looking for something specific. That's fine. That's not right. Well, that's the one it has to be then. All right, guys. That's the one it's going to have to be because the actual thing that we need is not coming up for us here. So let's go back to calculate. Let's go down to our linear regression like normal. Push all the way through to calculate, and then copy down all three things. We have y equals, and then we have a equals, and then we have b equals. We're going to take all three things. You got this one? All right, let's go back again. We're going to go to stats, and then run over one to calculate. Come down to option 4, and then press enter. Enter, all the way down until you get to where calculate it. It's okay. I'll totally do it again. It's fine. Oh, all that means is that the numbers that you put into your data table weren't exactly the right ones. That's it. So you might want to go back to stat and go with list edit and just make sure that all of your numbers look good. All right. So copy all 3 of those things down from your own calculator screen onto your paper. So mine says y equals ax plus b, and yours should too. So copy that part down. You need that. Now we know what a is, and we know what b is. All right, and now all we got to do is just substitute into our equation. What? Yay! All right, so we got y equals something times x plus something, right? And we're going to fill these in. Everybody is, yeah. Right now it's not looking super good for our health. I'm so glad we're about to have a little break. Everybody can just take a moment. And that's going to give me enough time to just like Lysol everything. I don't know. I'm going to have to do something. Because I don't want us to be stuck when we come back. Oh, that was really funny because we have A and B here, but we don't have a C. It's an AB equation. We ain't got no C. All right, stop. No more math jokes. All right. All right, so all we got to do is copy A's and B's into our equation here. Copy your A and B into your equation. I got 0.0726, and I got about 24.397. All right. So, Miss Aguilar, help us out here. Which one, yellow or red, is going to be slope? Okay. We're going to label the yellow one as your intercept. Your intercept is over here. So if we know the yellow one is the intercept, which one's going to be our slope then? The pink one. Very good. So this is going to be your slope. Okay. Now let's try to use our slope here to help us with some of these. Weak, negative, strong, negative, weak, positive, strong, positive. Eric, our slope, is it positive or negative? It's positive. So it's not A and it's not B because both of these say negatives. And our slope has to be positive. So guys, this number here is 0.07, 0.07. Are we talking about a really, really big number? Or are we talking about a pretty small number close to 0? It's a pretty darn small number close to 0. So if it's real close to 0, do we feel like that's weak or strong? It's pretty weak. And that's how we're going to find our final answer. This number right here, the 0.726, pretty weak. But it's positive. So that's how we come to our right answer. To make sure you've got it right, you can always look on your sheet. And yeah, you're going to see letter C is going to be the right one on your answer key. If you got something else, now is the time to circle that on your answer key so that we can come back to it later. This is number 19. You might be right. No, it's 19. We're good. You really didn't miss much on this contest. I don't know. At least only that. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes here. No, false. I'm going to give you 3 minutes on your break here to get back into whatever you need to do. If you need to send your snaps right now, if there's a text that needs to go out, you need to take a quick restroom break, now's your time to go and do that. That is really good. You were really darn close to commended then. Yeah. You were almost at like commended. Wow. Yay. And let me go ahead and push, let me go